Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles, and this is the messages for the month of February to March for Taurus. And I've had to, if you've seen the other videos, the lighting's different. I've had to turn the light on, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit bright, but that's what we've got to do. I am using the Green Witch Tarot for the first part of the reading for the most part. Then I am using the Mythic Tarot to just get some deeper information and messages for you. And then I'm using the my very own Domino Angels cards to get a message from the angels for us for this month. So this is from the middle of February to the middle of March 2018. And also check your moon sign and rising sign as well, just for some added information for yourself, just to make the whole picture a little bit more complete. What else can I tell you? Oh, if you want to chat with me or open up a chat message, I've got the links below, and you can just send me a question or something if you've just got that one little thing on your mind. Otherwise, you can get a more in-depth reading at my website. And also remember, all my social media, Instagram, Facebook, everything is at Divine Miracles if you want to find me there. So there you go. Oh, it must be money coming in for you guys, Taurus, because I'm just getting a massive itchy hand. So here we go. Let's see. This is for your love life, for life in general, and for finances as well. Just see what's sort of coming up, what the overall message is. And I'll explain as I go along. Alright, so I'm just going to close my eyes and shuffle, bringing in the angels and guides for Taurus, February, March 2018. What's happening? Okay, this is for life in general and for your love life, singles, couples, and all kinds of information here. And it's funny because I've been getting some similar messages for each sign, so we're all going through some amazing experiences here that are very similar to each other. So this is for your life in general. So you have the Three of Swords or Athames and the Two of Cups, which is really interesting. Because in one situation you've got the ending, a heartache, and the other situation you've got this joyful bliss and reunion and things. So I'm going to do my best to help you. I'm really sorry that if you can't see, I'm trying my best to, there we go, bring these messages. I'm just looking at them. I've put them on my laptop so I can see them. Okay, Three of Swords, but that is an interesting card, this one, in this deck. This is why it's really important that you use different decks, because they resonate with you on a feeling level, you know, and it brings open more information. So what we would normally see as the Three of Swords as being this big heart with all the stabbing in it, we've got an interesting situation going on here, okay? We'll look at the love cards in a minute, but we just want to look at these ones. So firstly for Taurus, interesting times, okay? You've been going through a transformation time. Many of you are going through deep healing at the moment, situations that have led you to just need a total overhaul in your life. There is situations with relationships, there's situations with family, there's situations with friends. There are areas in which you're being your normal Taurus self and being very stubborn to budge and move. There's things that you do on principle, okay? There's things that are also happening for you in your life that are going to break you away from the mundane, from the normal way of doing everything, and set you into a new course of action for yourself and for your life, okay? The main feeling here is money coming in, because I keep itching my hand. The main feeling here is a change in circumstances. Perhaps it is with your finances as well. Maybe there are things that need to stop in order for something to begin that's more all-encompassing for you, okay? Maybe you've started off a hobby, or you've started off something and you didn't finish it through, and something is telling you that it's time to do this now, okay? Whatever the case, there's a coming together. There's you know, with the Two of Chalices or the Two of Cups, there's a coming together in harmony with another person, And this could very well be talking about a relationship, or it could be coming together with like a business partnership as well, since this is about your life in general. This was not really specifically for love and relationships. But because of this, there is also an ending that needs to take place. Okay, there's also this change in environment as well. As you can see with this card here, you see the person with the bags looking at the door open. You know, the door, they're heading towards the door, but there's a hesitancy here to continue to go in that direction. So perhaps for you, Taurus, you know, there is something where you know you're welcome, that you know you can go there, that you know that you'd be okay if you did that decision or if you made that decision, but something is just stopping you in your tracks. It's reminding you of too much of the past to go in that direction. You don't want to go back into a direction that you've been in before. Some people are being called to move back home. Some people have been called to move in with their parents or something like that. And it's just like, I don't know whether I can do that. You know, there's just that sort of situation here. I also find it interesting that the two cards that we've pulled out for life situations here have got one bird in it. So one bird on their own. One of them is a goose and one of them is a swan by the looks of things. And they're looking for their partner, because these are birds that, you know, tend to partner up, you know. So there could be this sense that you're missing someone, or a feeling of regret over the past, or for some Taurians there's a sense that they really like to do everything independently by themselves. It's like, you know, you've tried everything else out and it hasn't worked for the best for you, so now you kind of like doing things independently. For other people, there's this situation where you're moving away for work or traveling overseas or something like this, something that's taking you far away, and in some cases it's building up this little bit of intensity or this bit of nervousness inside as well. So moving into the but everything's okay, but moving into love and relationships, this is also interesting. So you've got this card of amazing harvest and things going on in your life that are good, you know, and then you have this, oh, I'm sitting here by myself, it's so horrible, I've been shut off from everything. So you've got the harvest, and then you've got the being alone, you know, and even in this one in general, you've got this being on your own, you've got this being together thing, you know, situation here. You've got some decisions to make, Taurus, because it looks to me like there are some people that are coming forward to offer you something, okay? Sometimes it's really bad, but sometimes people come forward even when you're in a relationship and, you know, trying to meddle with the situation. Just be careful of that. There is a little bit of meddly sort of feeling here, okay? All right. So for those of you who are single, I'm feeling for you that you really need to be careful about your next move, because I don't feel that you have particularly finished the healing process. However, some of you are saying, yes, I have. I'm totally ready. For those who are totally ready to move into the next phase of your life, this is a major card, okay? So this is someone who is of major influence in your life, okay? Someone who wants the same things as you do, someone who's established, who's ready for the next phase of their life to begin, and is not afraid to, what's the word, sort of like say what they mean and mean what they say. They're not afraid to speak up. They could very well be a Taurus energy as well, that stubborn sort of energy. So if you're ready for it, it's a major person that's coming through. Now, I haven't been able to say that really for any of the other card readings today. If you're not ready for it, or if you feel like you need to wait, some people still may come forward, but you need to really work on yourself and evaluate who you want. Like, it's like you need to, you've been attracting the wrong sorts of people into your life, and it's time to ask yourself why this is happening, you know, or maybe why this happens to you, or why you find yourself in the same sorts of situations time and again. You're not going to be left out of things forever, but you need to give yourself that chance to really heal and grow before you go into something, because you want it to be permanent. For those of you who are already in a relationship, an established relationship, I'm just getting the feeling here that one of you is really, really pleased with how things is going. The other one is sort of a little bit distant here. Now, this is not for everybody. Of course, I know this. I'm not claiming to be perfect. But what I'm saying is there's a sense in this whole thing. And you know, obviously use it to your own situation. There's a sense where one is not feeling as fulfilled as the other one. Maybe there's some sort of imbalance going on where, you know, one of you is giving to the other and not receiving love in return, you know, or respect, or something where you're feeling let down. Okay, I guess that's the word. But we have on one of these cards here, on this one here, there's a chameleon like on the tree in the middle of the winter time, showing that you can adapt and you can change to any situation, and things can have a way of lifting, you know, for you, lifting into a new and different direction for yourself. Okay, just remember that not every situation or relationship is the same, and there may be a feeling here that you're comparing your relationship to someone else's relationship, or a relationship that you used to have, or something like that. There's something distant that is in your memory. Okay, so you just got to be really careful that you're living in the here and now. But I feel in general, in love and relationship type of sense, that with talking and communicating and having fun comes understanding. Okay, if you feel like you're in a position where this is just not going to work for you, don't wait any further. I'm also getting that as well. Not that I'm telling people to leave their relationships, but if you feel abused in any way, and I have said this on one of my other videos, and I'm feeling that in some cases might be going on, if you feel abused in any way, it's time to get someone to listen to you. It's time to get some assistance. You know, no one should have to put up with anything like that. Reflect. Think about where you want to be, and you know how you want to have your life, and the perfect partner for yourself. And if you're in a relationship, how can you make things even better than what they are? And if you're having problems, the same thing. How can you make this, how can you heal this situation together? Not one person doing more than the other. Okay, let's get some more information from the Mythic Tarot. Here we go. Now remember, in this particular case, I'm speaking to Taurians, and you know, if it's your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, I know that people cross-watch things and everything. This is mainly for the Taurians that are watching, in whatever capacity that is, okay? And just remember, like, this is just guidance. This is not an in-depth reading at all, okay? But this is what's coming to me as I'm talking. So let's get some more information. That's it. That was the card, and that's the card. And these are interesting because these came up in another reading. See how you've got the ending? You've got the Three of Swords, or Three of Attunements in this as well. Okay, something's stopping and something is changing, because you're developing more into this kind of a person, which is, if you think about the attributes of a King of Wands, they are independent, they are strong, they are business-minded, they are moving ahead in life. They've got things together. They're usually established with their family. You know, they've got close connections to nature. They're very trustworthy, all those sorts of things. So one part of your life is completely coming to a close, which is good. When I see the Death card on its own like this, in these kinds of readings, it never means that someone's going to pass away. It can mean that you're grieving. It can mean that you're thinking of people who have passed. You're thinking of endings that have happened in the past, but not always in a sense where this is something bad that's going to happen, okay? There would be a whole lot of other cards around this, all right? But there is a need for things to change, and this is the entire message for Taurus. Things are changing. You're shifting away from the old way of being. You're shifting more into a new way of being. You've got a lot of things that you already know that you do and that you repeat in your life. You know, there are scenarios that tend to happen to you, you know, and you tend to repeat these things. And I think that your biggest mission on earth at this time is to recognize the patterns in your life. Recognize when things are repeating themselves and do something that changes it, you know, do something or create something different that changes your experience. It's always up to you how your life pans out, you know. It's, even though things happen in your direction, it's up to you how you see that, you know, how you react to those situations in your life, okay? You want to be turning more into this strong, independent, soulful, go-get-him type of person, and less of the one that keeps on reflecting. The past is not the direction that you're going in. You're going forward. There's money. I've been itching my hand the whole time. There's some kind of influx coming your way. Maybe more clients, more people are hearing about you, for example, or you're changing your career objectives. For some people, you're getting some new items. You know, maybe you're buying a new car or something like this. There's some big things taking place at this point in your life. February, March is an abundant time. It is a time of everything coming together, but you must recognize the signs and the symbols along the way. Okay, so you're not repeating these old things. Let's see what angel is also overseeing Taurus. But I'm excited for you guys because you're in a position that you haven't been in before. And this is like finally, you know, finally some freedom, you know. Okay. What's the angels saying? Okay, stop. The angels of water. Okay. So this indicates a time when water is going to be your best friend and your best healer as well. But this also can indicate a pool party, like something like that, something fun, you know. Or else you need to drink more water to help you achieve your goals. Double your water intake for 3 days and you'll notice an amazing difference. Like your skin starts to glow as well. This is a good way to flush negative toxins from the blood. You may also find that you feel alive near the ocean, and this may be an indication for a day at the beach. Any type of water will be helpful right now. Okay, you may not think so. Sometimes we just can't think straight, or you get in a bad mood, or you know, getting cranky about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and all you really need to do is just guzzle a whole ton of water, and your brain starts to function again, since we're made up mostly of water. But this is the answer to your situation. Maybe there's a trip to the beach that's needed, or you're thinking about moving somewhere and you're thinking about moving to the beach, you know. And this is something that I would like to do. I think I'd like to move closer to the water at this part of my life. And although I really want to have a farm and my 20 acres, I think in the middle of that, of manifesting that dream, I want to sit by the water for some time and sit by the beach and have the beach close by. Just to recharge. So this is what you're being asked to do. Recharge yourself with natural therapies. Okay. You might even think about scrying with water. You put water in a bowl, you know, and you ask, you know, you bring all your angels and guides in and you ask for a message to be formed in the bowl. It's how we used to do things in the old days, or the old ways of things. And images can appear in the water. All right. It's not for everybody. It's not the easiest form of scrying. You may also scry with candles, wax in water, you know, oil in water, and how the oil disperses. It comes into shapes, things. Just old ways of doing things might bring you a new perspective in your life. But I'm really excited for Taurus because the new is beginning. The new you is arriving. And although you still worry about all this other stuff, that you're starting to work out the patterns in your life, and that will begin to change. So I hope you enjoyed the messages. As I said, you can always get a deeper